Let's go. Welcome to the show. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. Cause it's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. Let's get a topic straight. Let's get things good. Let's do everything that we should. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. Let's open our minds and take out our style. Let's see what's going on in the world tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. Alright, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Take of Project Open Mic. Hope you guys are doing well this Friday, July 29th. Once again, on the screen. Hope you guys are doing well. So tonight we're gonna be talking about some real crazy stuff. But again, thank y'all for joining in. Yes, again, still having technical difficulties with trying to get the side channel and everything straightened up. So, and I was out of town for a week, so apologize for that. I want to thank again everybody out there joining in. People out there from Tempo FM to Twitch TV, YouTube, Facebook, Nico, you live, you now. Thank you guys for joining in, and those who are going to join in later on from Spotify, Sketcher, Anchor, and many more. Thank y'all for joining and giving me your time. So tonight we're going to talk about something that's kind of dear to me, something that's very close to me. And tonight's show is basically about the Republicans in a way, because people always thinking, oh, because I hate the Democrats, and I said it before. I'm a libertarian. I don't like both parties per se. I just know, I always said before, Democrats have done more evils to black people than the Republicans in that regard. But the Republicans have their problems too, so I'm going to talk about it because they're just going to try to pass some two bills as crazy as hell. So with that, I want to bring your attention to those bills that I think makes no sense to me. One, of course, is the Inflation Act bill, which is moronic as hell. And they say because the Democrats are fully part of this because they want to save their little thing for the 2024 elections, but the Republicans are joining in with them, which is the part I don't like. It's one of the reasons I like a person like John McCain, like a Mitch McConnell, Mitt Romney, Susan O'Connor, like all those people, like seriously, like those are in Rhino in name. They do not care of, they don't have no, I should say, integrity, one, or moral stance. Like I said, I always say the Republicans are mostly cowards. They are scared. You call them a racist, you call them this or that, and they all back down and scared like little children. Instead of stand up and say, I'm not that, whatever, and take it on. There's a few who do it, but not enough for the party to be it. So we're gonna be talking about, like I said, some stuff tonight that kind of one is near and dear to me as well, because I went through that situation. And it was not fun. It was not good, and I've heard many videos of women always say, "Oh yeah, men lie." Okay, as Chris Rock says, men lies like I was at Tony's house. Women lies like you're the daddy. Two different, as Chris Rock said in that video. That is true. Boo, as he said, boo as you want. You know I'm telling the truth, because that's what he said, and he's correct. So We're going to talk about like I said, inflation bill, which is just the inflation prevention bill, which is stupid as hell. And also, we're going to be talking about the Unborn Child Support Act, which is also
What the fuck?
stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. It's going to be crazy. But we're going to talk about these things tonight. There was a video that I watched a long time ago with these women saying that men was telling them we need DNA test or paternity test should be at the beginning, should be mandatory. Now, if that's the case, a lot, and I do mean this, a lot of men, the government will lose a lot of their money because they don't care. As long as they got someone to pay their money, they don't give a damn about it. And the women do not get no consequences out of this, which I don't understand. They perjure themselves. They do fraud. And they still don't do it. And paternity fraud does not only hurt men. It hurts the child, and it hurts women as well, too. So, with that, I want to play this for you. I'm going to play this for you, and then we're going to get down into it and go through a lot of cases where you guys need to see, because this is just ridiculous. So let's play this. Oops, forgot.
Paternity fraud is a worldwide epidemic.
You can't legislate morality, but our laws and policies should always seek the truth.
They want the money from whoever they can get it from.
He would never do anything to hurt anyone ever.
I refuse to continue to pay for somebody else's child.
Paternity fraud creates devastation within families, and yet it is an issue that is rarely talked about or discussed.
Paternity fraud is a worldwide epidemic. It's not just fraud to the father. It's fraud to the child. It's fraud to the child's family. It's fraud to the taxpayer. It's fraud to the government.
Back in 2000, I found out a very special dear child I thought was my daughter. I found out after DNA testing that she was not my child, and that in fact I had been deceived about who her actual biological father was. I went to court expecting that this would be something that would be resolved just based on the truth, because I could prove I hadn't lied, and we could prove that her mom either lied or made a mistake. The court didn't want to hear it. So after appealing it through all of the Court of Appeals, and I took it to the U.S. Supreme Court, proving that there's over 1 million men and boys like me in that situation.
Paternity fraud can occur in many ways. Default judgments, in-hospital paternity acknowledgments, marital presumption of paternity, and lack of legal representation.
My children had talked to me and asked if we could find out where we're from, because we've always been curious. My oldest daughters came back, and I wasn't on hers, and she wasn't on mine. So we decided to pursue further DNA that was state sanctioned through Tennessee. It cost us around $200 to get that done. We got the results back in within 4 or 5 days. The results came back as a 0% of me being the father.
Even if a DNA test proves that a man is not the biological father of a child, he could still be mandated to pay child support for a child he did not father at the expense of his own biological children.
My experience with paternity fraud is being proclaimed to be a father with a default judgment. How it affects my biological children is now they're in a belief that maybe they have another sibling out there. Financially, it affects my children because I'm not capable of keeping up with the bills and certain necessities that my own children need. When it comes down to me working a 40-hour work week, and at the end of the week, I'm being stripped from everything that I work for.
Not only does paternity fraud affect men, but women can be paternity fraud victims too.
The wife of the guy, the mother of the guy, the fiance, the girlfriend, his sister, his grandmother, his aunt. All of these are people who are often affected because when he can't pay the child support, he goes to jail, and they're often the people who are trying to come up with the money to get him out.
Paternity fraud has impacted me personally, emotionally. It's been, sorry. It's been extremely emotional. My husband is a sweet, sweet man. He would never do anything to hurt anyone ever. To watch him go through this and to see how it's affected him has just been really, really hard. And to see him being taken advantage of has been really, really hard. He's very trusting. He's a very honest person. She swore to him that the baby was his, and he believed her.
This is an issue that impacts men, women, and children throughout the world and leaves its victims in financial, legal, and emotional distress.
This entire experience was emotionally devastating to us. The total for just the attorney is nearly $40,000 and does not include the therapy, which I anticipate will be about $5,000 per year, if not more.
I know that my husband has suffered a lot of depression over it. It's just that idea that I'm not really his dad and at some point he's not going to want me kind of a thing. Not only are they taking somebody's money, but they're involving children. I don't know how it can get any worse than that.
This is not an issue that is only limited to one segment of the population. In all of the years that I worked with states reforming legislation, so many of our opponents try to say this is an issue that only affects low-income minorities. But there are people who are from all ethnic backgrounds, political, social status, even religious. I've even met 5 pastors who are paternity fraud victims. Our various state bodies have not been willing to measure how many people are affected by it because it would actually point out the need to do more DNA testing.
Falsely accused men who fall behind on their child support payments can have their driver's and business license suspended, their taxes intercepted, and can even be jailed for the crime of not fathering a child.
As of right now, for what I owe $31,000 and counting. License is already being suspended almost to this point. I've been a supervisor in the oil fields and all that, and as soon as they strip your license, they automatically demote you, take away your truck, take away everything that you've worked hard for.
It is often reported that paternity fraud occurs when a mother does not truthfully disclose the identity of the biological father. However, this is not always the case.
Well, I am a victim of paternity fraud myself.
How so?
I was legally separated from my ex-husband and became involved with my daughter's biological father. We had a daughter together, and for 2 years he had a relationship with my daughter, paid child support, we had a relationship, and then after the second year he decided, I'm going to use the presumption of marriage law. He took my ex-husband to court to say he's now the legal father, I'm not, I'm out of the loop. We fought for about 11 years.
She was not going to perpetuate a lie to her child, and because of that, now her child is actually fatherless. According to the state of California, her child has no father because she wouldn't pin the wrong man.
Of course it will be California. Of course it would be California. Why am I not surprised? That piece of crap state. So she's trying to do the right thing, and the dang it. Casey says as Alicia illustrate the complexities of paternity fraud victims, but the extent of its devastation reaches far as our nation military and first responders. That's true. That is true.
Across the nation, military men are highly vulnerable to paternity fraud. In many cases, this is to take advantage of their income and military benefits.
The military benefits that my husband had definitely were a reason why she chose my husband to be the father. That was told to us by her ex-friend that told my husband. He was in the Marines for 6 or 8 years prior, and then he was in the Army. So he had just gotten out of the Marines, and then he had met her and then joined the Army about a year after that. I do believe that him being in the military did make it very easy for her to commit paternity fraud because he was away, and when she became pregnant, she didn't tell him. He had just gotten home and had been home for a month, And then she told him she was pregnant.
Paternity fraud is an international issue, and Women Against Paternity Fraud has members all across the globe.
Well, I'm from Sydney, Australia. My background, I guess, is that I married a man who had been married before for 20 years and had 2 children to his former wife. About 2.5 years into our family court case, his ex began talking about some deep, dark secret involving his daughter, which would cause her not to want to be with her father anymore and not to want to live with us anymore. But certain things came out of the woodwork. Talk about how his daughter was markedly different from his son. Finally, I said to my husband, do you think that this deep, dark secret might be about biology? At the stage that his daughter had been conceived, he wasn't sleeping with his wife. He was extremely surprised to find that she was pregnant, but he just assumed that the child was his. It never occurred to him that she was sleeping with anybody else.
Of course
we
not.
decided to take a paternity test. The first paternity test came back as 100% negative. That is absolutely no possibility of his daughter being his biological child.
Very few paternity fraud victims find justice in our court systems, but are there really any winners in paternity fraud cases?
It's been almost a year and a half since I last saw her. There's a lot of people that say that with our case, yes, we were a success. We made it through the court case, but there really are no winners in any of this. There's damage done to relationships between myself and the child, between my wife and the child, between my biological child and her as well.
Today, there is DNA testing, so there is no excuse for continued injustice.
Had mandatory testing been available when my husband's eldest was born, a lot of this could have been avoided. The technology exists, and I think the law needs to catch up with the technology.
I was the first person to win this case using that law that says truth does matter. Using DNA to prove paternity matters. Using DNA to disprove paternity matters. And now a young lady is able to find out who her actual biological father is.
Women Against Paternity Fraud is a national nonprofit organization that addresses the issue of paternity fraud through our educational, media, and advocacy programs.
Women Against Paternity Fraud is a great opportunity to learn the process on how do you reform the law, how to become educated, how to become empowered, and then how to take your voice along with other women who say that we're able to tell the truth. When we believe that the other women can also tell the truth and we should require that, then joining with Women Against Paternity Fraud gives you an avenue to become one of many.
After being a paternity fraud victim, I looked high and low with many organizations, and I contacted other organizations. They had my story for years and they did nothing. They go, oh, I'm sorry to hear it. Give me more of your court stuff. And they did nothing. Diana actually cared. Every victim, case by case, puts her heart and soul into people and works very hard. And I am very proud to say that I'm a part of Women Against Paternity Fraud.
Don't children deserve to know who their biological father is, their medical history, their heritage, their extended families? Women Against Paternity Fraud advocates for paternity fraud victims against destructive laws and policies that negatively affect families.
You must become educated on how the process works with changing laws. And you should approach your Senate or representatives or assemblymen. You need to approach them with a proven solution. And you must have tenacity. That means you have to be committed to see it through, even if sometimes the committee meetings are not favorable. But you have to also listen to the opposition, because sometimes there's things that you can agree with them on and there's some things that you don't agree with them on. And always press to have public hearings so that all of the people who are affected, the men, the women, the children, all of those people get an opportunity to at least be represented and heard. And that helps bring about reform by inclusion of people rather than excluding select groups.
For more information, please visit our website at womenagainstpaternityfraud.org or call us at 661-829-6807.
There's a lot of injustice in this world. Paternity fraud is an issue we have the power to change. Why don't we Join Women Against Paternity Fraud in advocating for paternity justice.
All right. So you heard that, you saw that. That's why, and for people who are jumping in a little later right now and seeing what it is, there's a reason why I'm talking about this. Again, I'm gonna show you because again, the name of the show is basically Republicans What the Actual F. And like I said before, there's nothing more I hate than a Republican and a Democrat. But I hate the Republicans as well too who do stupid stuff. So this is why I'm talking about this tonight. I want to bring up this is why I want tonight.
Take a look at this. Rubio, Kramer, and colleagues introduced the
So Marco Rubio, which I'm happy he was never president. Trump did beat him, thank goodness. Drinking water, son of a gun. And Kevin Kramer, of course, introduced the Unborn Child Support Act.
What the fuck?
Craziness.
Unborn Child Support Act. This was dated July 14, 2022. U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, a Republican in Florida, and Kevin Kramer, a Republican in North Dakota, introduced the Unborn Child Support Act to give mothers the ability to receive child support payments while they are pregnant.
I am against this 1,000%. I understand what they're talking about, but I'm against this 1,000%. Why I'm gonna give you? I won't give you. I don't know that child is mine or not. 1, 2. You're gonna see why paternity fraud is crazier than what they did. The video just showed you is way more than that. The numbers don't work out that crazy. 3. If that's my child, I will take care of it up to birth, to final whatever. And I think, like I said, DNA testing should be mandatory for everybody, just for that. But the government don't want it because they can get money out of it.
The bill states we should do everything we can to support American mothers and their children.
After the child is born and I know who the hell it belongs to.
This bill will allow expecting mothers to prepare and support their babies before they're born.
And here's another thing. That should not be a problem if you have it in a consensual thing. I mean, seriously. My girl, like I said, we're abstinent until marriage. That's who we are, and that's what we want it to be. Here's the thing. That part what he just said right there, support their mothers, prepare their mothers. If I know I'm gonna have a child, okay, hold on. Let me get this to me, because again, I went through something which is crazy. Okay, we want to do everything to support American mothers and their children. What about American fathers? Rubio? The bill would allow expecting mothers to prepare for support and their babies before they're born. Well, if they got the right man and they got the right person, he was going to help do that in the first place. I wonder if I can find that video, which I want to give shout outs to these black people for doing this. There was on Steve Harvey's show, 2 black couples get married. They said they want to enjoy themselves and they want to start a family 5 years later. And people was pressured to have kids, whatever. And I'm with Steve Harvey. Told them don't have the kids, and I'm with them too. Don't have the kids. That's what your plan is. If the husband and the wife, y'all compete, stick to your plan. Don't have a oops baby. Most children are born through lust, not love. Yes, you might love your kids after, but it's always like, huh? Wait, you got what now? Huh? You got what now? Yes. That's why I say women. You ask, most of you female feminists ask for birth control. You have 51 flavors of it. Why don't you freaking use it? And then the other one, men, seriously, wrap it the hell up, because this is gonna affect a lot of y'all. This is gonna affect a lot of y'all, including black men, and y'all gonna Wrap it up. Like I said, wrap it up. Make sure you know how to use a condom. So you have the better you know how to use a condom, the better chances that it won't break. And if it does break, know the difference between when a condom's on and off. So you do not ejaculate into that woman. Again, pre-cum can happen. I get that. That's a small chance. And again, women on average got about which we will get back to that later on, has about 6 days of ovulation. So how the heck you have sex with a guy and you don't know who the father is? How many dudes were you having sex with? But this right here, again, is so stupid.
Senator Kramer says, caring for the well-being of our children begins long before the baby is born.
Okay. How about we say that to the children who with the whole, Roe v. Wade crap? This right here,
It begins at the first moment of life, conception, and the fathers have obligations, financial and otherwise, during the pregnancy.
I would think there will be a decision for that. Yes.
Mothers should be able to access child support payments as soon as she's supporting the child. Our bill makes that possible.
You piece of loser.
Sorry, he's Senator Kramer. The friggin' hell is that? The frig.
Now all of that is fine and dandy if you are the child's father.
Exactly. Exactly.
But what if you're not?
You are not.
You all have watched Jerry Springer and Maury before. The woman goes on there and claims that the child belongs to one guy, and after the paternity tests come back, we find out
You are not.
he's not the baby dad. Now we already know that there's a woman out there that's gonna sleep with Pookie and Ray Ray and sleep with her boyfriend too. Then when she finds out she's pregnant, she automatically says it's the good guy's baby.
Me, I'm pregnant with your baby.
That ain't my baby.
Simply because he's the one that actually has a job and is responsible. Now, how is this good man gonna know whether that child is his or not?
Man, I met the one about 3 months ago, right? She had a little pudge in her stomach.
Because as far as I know, you can't do a DNA test on an embryo.
Come to find out, she's 6 months pregnant. Somebody, I'm the baby's daddy.
And what happens after he paid child support for 9 months while she's pregnant?
How you gonna be the baby's daddy? Hell, man. You know she lying.
Then after she has the baby, the DNA test proves that it's not his child.
You are not.
Is he gonna be able to get all of that money back?
Hell no.
You already need to be careful with who you sleep with.
Exactly.
But if this bill passes, my strong suggestion is you better learn how to keep your zipper up unless you're planning on marrying that woman. Be careful, fellas. They're out to get you.
Damn, why they wanna stick me for my paper? Damn, why they wanna stick me for my paper?
Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget.
That is definitely right. Okay? So you see what the bill is. The act is stupid. The bill is stupid. The reason I say that again, if it was all good and the father was there, and I still say that's kind of not, we don't need to have that anyway, because I'm gonna support if I'm gonna have a child with my wife, nevertheless my girlfriend, yeah, it's my child. I'll take care of it. Even that goes to the point. It goes to a point where I'm gonna tell you my story, but I still want to go through other people. Let's go to some lawyers and talk about some of this stuff here. Give me a second here. Let me bring that up for y'all. Cause that is some craziness. Nope. There
are like 9 people pushing this bill forward on one side of the legislature and then like 13 on the other side. 100% of the people that are pushing this bill forward are Republicans. 100%. Mark Rubio doesn't care about you either.
Yeah.
Because this is going to affect more poor white men than anybody else. Just on the numbers, y'all don't know how many poor white men are getting fucked over by child support. Y'all have no idea. It's millions. Millions. Now, you can say it affects us disproportionately, and you got to be right on that. But in terms of true numbers
is white people.
White people don't understand poor white people, because rich white people Screw the poor white people. I mean, in the ass.
Exactly.
You know? All these poor white Republicans running around screaming about Trump and Marco Rubio and what they're doing down in Florida. And look what they're doing to them. Now you have to pay the extra $500 a month for a baby that's not even born. How about for a baby that's not even yours? Not even yours. The woman can just say it's yours.
Exactly.
We're going to go over this bill.
So guys, which is ridiculous. And there's lead attorney who go and check him out as he talked about this, because this is a stupid bill. And like I said, they don't care. It don't make no sense at all. You could just go, a lady could just go and say he's the father and just say he's the father and he should give me money, and the government should come and take my money and garnish my wages. The hell they shouldn't. This should not happen. It should not happen. And this is where I say the Republicans do stupid stuff too. Both of them do dumb stuff. Both parties. But I call out both parties. But people say, "Oh, well, you call it." There you go. I'm calling out them now. I've been calling them out anyway because again, the rhino's the name. I've always said I thought Susan Collins, Mitch McConnell, Mitt Romney, John McCain, all those guys. Again, I could go on list more Republicans that are pieces of crap. Rubio just made the list because he's so stupid. This is gonna help do what? Why are they giving kids that? You cannot prove that. Why are you gonna put me on? And why are you gonna put my name on something that you cannot prove? That is unconstitutional. I'm telling you, that's fraud right there. That's definitely fraud. Now, Bill, this is crazy. Just crazy. Unbelievable how people come up with these crazy ass bills. But that's what they try to do. So let's go into, let me see here. Give me a second here, because it's just ridiculous. Let's hear some other people who have to go through some of this crap. Because like I said, this don't make no logical sense to nobody, really, but except for people who are going to do the fraud, which is mostly women. They're going to do the fraud. In Jamaica, it's even higher down in Jamaica. It's like, I think 75% of people who took the test, they don't they have paternity fraud. And again, 75% again of women who go and take the test find out that they find out the first person that had a DNA test to was not the father. And that's for the people who want to take the test. What about those who didn't take the test? That's crazy. But let's continue. Let's get again. I'm bringing this because it's just nonsense to me.
A lawyer, not your lawyer, and I was tossed off a subreddit for giving good legal advice that you should hear. Story time. So someone on the subreddit posted a story that went something like this. He was dating a girl in high school.
I apologize for that. I look like it's... How the heck that got up there? Okay. There we go. That's the video. I'm making sure you guys can see it. Sorry about that.
Him at graduation from another guy and got pregnant. She came back to him a couple months later saying that she wanted to be with him, but then left him before the baby was born. Then when the baby was born a few months later, she came back to him and said she loved him and wanted to stay with him and got him to sign the affidavit of paternity. And once he did, she then left him for the guy who had gotten out of jail. And then 8 years later, he got a nice notice in the mail saying that she was suing him for back child support for the last 8 years. He's asking what he should do. I'll tell you what you shouldn't do. Sign the affidavit of paternity if you're unsure. Why? Because even if a DNA test proves later that you're not the father, you still may be liable for child support, especially if the woman asks, or if she takes any type of state aid, because the state will get their money from somebody. And even if you're not the biological father, you still will be the legal father. Some people don't want you to know that.
And women who knowingly put a baby on a man that they know is not theirs should get jail time and have to pay child support back.
Amen, sister. Amen. I think the same way too. Yes, you should do that.
So if we reverse the roles and you're a piece of shit mom that knew that you opened your legs to somebody else, but you pinned it on somebody that you knew would be a better father, how is that not a reason to have to pay for that? You just ruined two people's lives, that child and that man.
Exactly.
It already has a name called paternity fraud. When you have a chance, please go back and watch our unpopular but very much loved opinion video. Not only do I think it should be a criminally punishable law, because at the end of the day, it's still a form of fraud.
It is.
Child support payments should be recouped by the father who is not the biological father. And in situations where the woman was married to a man, she should be paying that man child support for the years that he took care of that child.
You just ruined two people's lives, that child and that man.
And it's not that I disagree with it. It's just that in some situations, it's more than just that child and that man who's been lied to. In some situations, the biological father's been lied to. Mine in particular, I believe the biological father doesn't even know that that child exists, but yet this one woman has lied to several people and has continued to try to maintain this lie and profit off of it financially. Yet, where are her consequences?
Oh, there's no consequences. There's no consequences for that person. That's the part about it. That's the part that's sick about this.
Make paternity fraud a real crime.
It should be a crime.
Because at minimum, there are two victims in this situation. One of them is a child who did not ask to be part of any of this.
A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6 different men.
And before she go, because the video, I know I watched this video already. What she said is disgusting. She said that she has 6 kids by 6 different baby fathers. And the reason she has 6 kids by 6 different baby fathers is because instead of having one baby father by have one baby father and have all these kids, there's every time a kid is from that father, the percentage goes lower and lower because you're not supporting the person. So she wanted that top percentage. So she gets, I think she had said she get about $36,000 a month from all 6 baby daddies. So she ain't gonna work. Which you make it worse that you're gonna get a freaking daggone good ass mask to wear unless you were trying a thing. But anyway, that's just disgusting. So you basically, oh my God, this just bad.
Okay, first of all, this is how you wear a mask, idiot. Second of all, having kids is not a career path. No, that just makes you a sloppy. And by sloppy, I mean you got careless and then you tried to profit off of it. Let me explain. Many moons ago, I was tricked into being the paternal unit for a child that doesn't belong to me because of a just like you. You use men to profit while you sit on your ass and just spread your legs and hope for the best. You are not a shining example for the ladies on this app. I need you to know this. I need everybody to know this. You're a disgusting, vile and that is an insult to everywhere. Now that you're on my radar, I'm going to give you all the smoke because being a victim of paternity fraud is not cool.
No, it's
and
not.
I have my eye on you. You're leaving.
For a married woman to be in her husband's house and sleep around is a sin. But for that same married woman to get pregnant, give birth to someone else's child, and tell the husband this pregnancy belongs to you, should be the worst sin on earth.
It is.
I'm going to tag a video here. This married man, Mr. Emeka, has cried out that his wife of 8 years has brought in another person's child into their house. And the wife was begging, honey, I can explain, honey, I can explain. I am trying to, in my head, to think about what does she want to explain? What do you want to explain? Your husband is impotent? And you are not a medical doctor to attest to that. And even if he was impotent, you people could not sit down and talk about it. There are different ways to get a child. But Madam has her explanation and she's not denying it. Madam said is because they were unable to get a child after 6 years of marriage. That is why she slept with another man, got pregnant, and brought the child, and told the husband the child belongs to him. It's easy for us to come out and tell us how much of a scum men are. I think these days, women are becoming bigger scums.
Amen.
I'm not joking.
See?
It's the effrontery, is the excuse for me that because you people didn't get pregnant for 6 years, that is why you had to sleep outside to get a child after 6 years. And the father of the child doesn't even know he's the father. It's the effrontery for me. Madam, you try. It's the effrontery. Your husband trained you through university, did everything for you. You're ungrateful, man, and you're very wicked.
Exactly.
I'm going to tag the video here.
See, listen to me. I will not settle anything with you. After all I have done for you. After all I have done for you. You have to sleep with another man. Don't bring a child in my house. Women! What did I do to deserve this? I was the one that even sent you to school. I paid your school, made sure that you were a graduate and you did this to me. God will punish you. God will punish you.
Just found out.
That's a sad story. That's messed up, and I feel for that man. Why would you do that? But then here comes Bootsy boy. Oh boy.
Oh, that ain't my son, baby. I'm not a grandpa. Oh Lord, they done kidnapped somebody, baby, brought it down there like it's my grandchild.
I was noticing a lot
Bootsy's gonna be is crazy.
of hair loss. Started being
What's good, everybody?
Ah, dang it.
What's good, everybody?
Sorry about that one. I won't. That's my mistake.
They done kidnapped somebody, baby, brought it down there like it's my grandchild. Oh, you're going down, baby. Oh, Lord. Oh, I need everybody to come to the club tonight. I'm getting everybody drinks. I ain't no grandpa. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. They done made a movie about my son now. Oh, man. Oh, they going down. Oh, Lord. Oh, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Oh, man. The mama, everybody. Oh, Lord. This is a conspiracy of the ages. Man, my heart beating fast. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Woo, great day. I'm pouring everybody liquor tonight. Like Layla do when she had. Y'all thought I was down, but bitch, I ain't been down. Bitch, I'm back from the motherfucking grave. Ziggly wiggly, bitch. Y'all thought I was a grandpa and my city boy game was over? Bitch, you got me fucked up. I'm back in full force. Ziggly wiggly, bitch, sugar chaka waka naka fucka chaka cha.
Men don't fear false allegations. They fear accountability.
What are you talking about? You crazy person.
What? What the fuck?
What?
You mean like how accountability to some of y'all women is basically kryptonite? Hell.
Really? So you mean like this one I got? So which would it be that I'm afraid of in this situation? The fear of accountability for being responsible for a child who doesn't belong to me? Or the false accusation that I was the child's father? I'll wait.
Okay, so tell me you have a deadbeat baby daddy ex without telling me you have.
this is not going to go well like you think it is. I'm what you might consider a deadbeat baby daddy ex, but allow me to explain. Many of my followers already know the tragic situation of how I was duped into being the father of a child who does not belong to me. You can pause to read.
0.00% chance of paternity.
Yeah, it turns out she lied about paternity this whole time. I didn't find out until the child was 16. For all you ladies who are actually genuine going through this, I mean, go off, I guess. I can't say as I blame you because some of them don't even try. However, I was one of those people who wanted to see his child and she was used as a pawn. My child was pay-per-view. Like, her mother used to say, well, I need some money if you're going to come get her this weekend. On top of already paying child support. But hey, I'll be waiting on the video for you to ask about deadbeat moms.
Let's talk about men's rights and the
Shout out to my girl right here. But again, men's right, yep.
right that a man has to his children. So we're gonna talk today about paternity fraud and how a lot of women these days are going around knowing that the children are not for so and so and giving the child to so and so. So guys, tell me, what would you do in a situation where you know for sure that the child is yours, the possibility of this child, that this child being yours is like 99.9%. What would you do? Why are men not fighting for their children? So, and how do men control these things? Like, I'm gonna paint a scenario to you guys. So in a situation like this, tell me what you would do as a man. So a man meets a woman, they get involved. He's married, she's married. The woman ends up getting pregnant, right? Now, the woman decided that, hey, I'm married, I'm going to give this child to my husband, even though she knew that the child is for the side man. So, fast track to 8 years later. So, all right, the side man who was married, he wanted to be a part of that child's life and kept on pressing the woman, saying that this child is mine, I need to be a part of his life. Now, the woman decided to say, hey, listen, I don't want to have anything to do with you. The child is for my husband. Leave me alone. Now, fast track to 8 years later, this woman is now divorced, right? The husband found out that the child is not his. And she has now shown up at the man's door saying that, hey, all right, it's your child. It's time for you to take full responsibility for this child, financial, everything. No, guys, how would you deal with a situation like this? Do you think that the man should take full responsibility for the child? Do you think that the woman should assume full financial responsibility for this child and allow the man to be as involved as he wants to be at this point, given that she made that decision to cut the man out of the child's life to begin with? Let me know what you think down below in the comments about this. Do you think that hospitals should enforce DNA testing at the beginning, just as a child is born, to prevent paternity fraud? How are we going to protect men from things like this? Let me know, guys, because I think it's a serious issue that is affecting the nation, especially Jamaica. It's the jacket capital of the world. I know, right? So yeah, I know many lives that have been affected by things like this and how it affects children on a whole.
And it does affect children on a whole real bad. Real bad. Nobody wants to talk about this stuff. And then now you got these two jabronis want to talk about, oh yeah. Let's have unborn child support. The hell? How crazy that is. Now, I'm going to give a synopsis of my story a little bit. Of it. First ever girlfriend I ever had. Long story short, were we sexually active at a young age as it was? Yes. Did I had sex with that person within a certain time? No. Just like the other person, the other lady was saying earlier, saying that her husband wasn't having sex at the time. So when somebody when the said person came and tell me I'm the father of a child, I'm like, I was like, you wait. Who you talking about now? I'm the and I think about it, it's the age and the time. I was like, wait a minute, you coming at me like coming off me like one of them Jerry Springer women. Oh, yeah, you're the father of the child, blah blah blah. I'm like, hold up. How the heck that happened? I know I checked the condom that night. It ain't that break. So what the heck you talking about? And then I was like, wait a minute. That puts suspicion in my mind. And I was like, wait a minute. Within the time you're talking about, we ain't had sex. So how the hell I would have the child? So something ain't right in this situation at all. But on the off chance that it is mine, I said, all right, I take care of the young lady until that child's born. I took care of that child. Took care of her. Care to her you call it, to her appointments and doctor checks and stuff. That's all with me paying my money out, Mr. Rubio and Kramer. That's me doing that. Paying my money and stuff like that. When that child got born though, I was like, oh, we need to take a test. And of course she was there, like, oh, we don't need, I'm not signing nothing until we take a test. I'm not signing nothing until we take a test. So we went, took a test, come to find out, just like the guys you just saw a while ago, 99.9% not my possibility. She went her way. I went my way. It is what it is. She's the one who helped me turn my music career a little up better, so I thank her for that. But and of course I talked to the lady again at the time. She told me she chose me than the other guy because I looked like I had more potential doing good, which of course she lives in she has multiple kids now, not like a lot. But I think it's by the same person. I don't fault that much, so I can't say nothing. The child was not mine, so all the money I spent just went bye. And then, like I said, she lives in an apartment right now, has like 3 kids. Good luck for her, best to her. Me, I live in my nice house. It doesn't look like, of course, look at the video right here, it's not that, of course. But trust me, as my girlfriend said, I live in Yuppieville because of where my house is. But I'm here with a $500,000 house, chilling, no kids, no kids, no problems in the world to say of, other than that. Travel around the world, pay people well, do stuff, got my own company. Yeah, she was right. I had more potential, but I'll tell you right now, I'll be honest with you, if that child was mine, none of this would have really been happening. But my point is, in that regard, the timing, and of course, I make sure how to use a condom kind of helped out. And since then, guys, I tell you, that's why I say wrap it up, because I have not had unprotected sex with women because I don't want to take a chance at all. That situation opened my mind to say, wow, women could do some disturbing stuff. And I'll be honest to you, like the guy said, like you heard the husband in the video, I was hurt. I was like, man, this sucks. This is crazy. You would do this to me, you cheat on me and put a child on me? That is, oh my goodness, that's hurtful as hell. But you know what? Hey, it didn't happen. I have escaped a lot of craziness in my life from other women, but I'll say this: I never have I been jaded? Yes. Have I had a little problem? Yes. But I never said that. I like most people you see in these videos and stuff. I never said all women are crap. I never said all women is trash, because there are good women out there just as much as that. But sadly, a lot of these women are like, oh, all men are trash. I'm like, what? Why would you say that? Your picker, and I admit to mine, is my picker. It needs to be fine. That's why I would tell any man and woman, vet the people that you are trying to have a relationship with. Find out if they're sincere about it. Me and my girl, when we first started dating, we stated up from the beginning. We're dating we're dating with a goal in mind. We're dating with a purpose. Marriage is the end goal, and a family. That's what we're doing. I set it up front, top tip up front, and people need to understand that. And that's what that's what you should do. If you want to go out and have your fun or whatever, go ahead and see what happens. But again, if you ain't wrap it up, that I'm not protecting you. And again, I never understand the whole point when people are like, oh, don't protect. What the thing that killed me? Yeah, having a child is bad, but having STD is bad too. I'd rather have a child than a daggone AIDS. Okay. I don't get people like, oh, the child. What about the STDs? That's just as worse. That is just as worse, or even more. Protect yourself, both men and women. Protect your dang self. Take a test. Look how find out what's going on. That's just crazy. So let's go into this. This video right here is gonna be. Whew. Y'all gonna see what I'm saying, men. You want to listen? And there will more videos like this I'll do. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Okay, this is ridiculous stuff right here.
White man's baby, Maury.
Oh, really?
That is not a white man's baby.
Trey, you know how many times I've heard that on my show?
100%.
11 years ago, everyone, we met a young woman named Kimberly who paternity tested 2 men to figure out which one of them was the father of her daughter, Alea. In the end, it turned out that neither man was the father. Now, today, Kimberly is back. She says she remembers that day because that's when her life...
2 men. And the 2 men was... And 2 men... Again, how nasty are you? To have...
began to spiral out of control. So before we find out why she's back, take a look at that first appearance.
Alonzo has not did a damn thing for me and my baby.
When I found out Kimberly had cheated on me, I was devastated.
Tony was there every night to rub my stomach. He catered to me.
Have you thought about...
I hear that bull crap. What the hell? What the... Tony was there. Okay. So how that's... You know what? Whatever. It's your Lord.
That Alonzo's the father?
Yeah, deadbeat. How you just gonna run away?
Kimberly is nothing but a skank whore. She slept with the whole neighborhood.
You already know these numbers. I ain't never lived with you. I ain't never lived with you.
If you knew that there was a possibility that you were the father...
Why you run? Where you go? Where you go? Why is this man taking care of your baby?
If it's mine, I'll take care of the baby.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. See, here's the thing. My story that I just told, I had that kind of same energy, and that's what made me like, wait a minute. Something ain't right here. It made me go,
What?
When it comes to 8-month-old Alea, Alonzo, you are not.
Why is she upset?
Tony, you are
not the father too. You a whore.
Gross. You're disgusting.
Okay.
All right. So real quick. So already, here's what happened. You got 2 different dudes. You got one dude that apparently was her boyfriend. And then, you know, she's saying stuff like, he used to rub my belly, Maury, in the audience. And then another dude is like, she's a skank. The whole block had her. I'm not staying here because it's not my baby. Boo from the audience. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why is no one booing her? Why is no one booing her?
Exactly.
It makes absolutely no sense to me. And it's still, when they get the paternity test back, oh my God, everyone's embracing the nasty lady. Oh, God, it makes no sense to me.
And then you want to say, I should pay for a child that's unborn, and I don't know. And I still want to know, how the hell this bill passed? How the hell the woman could tell that, huh? You should not be, my name should not be put on nothing. And I see a clause in that dang ass stupid bill that if it's not my child after paternity test, that mother pay me back. If that's the case, cause that's stupid, Rubio. Stupid.
It makes no sense to me. I wish I had a more, if they had a show, they had me up here, a paternity testing show, call it MTR, and we did paternity testing all day and all night. Oh, I'd let them know what I thought about them. I'd let them know immediately what I thought about them.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
So back then, Kimberly admits her life was spiraling out of control. She was hanging out with bad people, making
No, son of a bitch!
very bad decisions that eventually, believe it or not, landed her in jail for 3 years.
Oh, no. Am I surprised? Am I surprised? Nope.
Now, today, Kimberly is clean. She's sober. She has a job. But now there's a new DNA situation she needs to face because Kimberly has a son named Kemper, and she needs to prove to this man, Chris, that he is Kemper's father. Okay, Kimberly, you say that you and Chris have a baby.
It's supposed to be his first baby, so I was very excited. We was both very excited. And then when Kemper came, everything went downhill.
We're going to get to that because you blame one person for all of the drama that is now surrounding Kemper and paternity. And who's that person?
That is Chris's nephew, Trey. I don't understand why he's even here today.
Here's the thing. Chris was there all during the pregnancy. Chris has a good job. He's a long-haul truck driver. He drives all over the place, but he was there all during your pregnancy. He, by the way, took a plane at the last minute because he was on a job to get there for the birth. And what happened was when Kemper comes out, Chris sends the picture to his family, and
oh, Jesus. Trey. Man, you know, I've seen this happen though.
And yeah, I can see it too, and I get that. And look, on a serious note, like I said, just because of what a baby looks like doesn't mean that you can have a dominant gene, and the woman sometimes can have the dominant gene, or like I said, you can skip the mother or whatever, because she looks clear skinned too, so she looked like she would have a white mom and a white mom or white dad and a black mom. Like she's an interracial mother. Excuse me. But that doesn't mean just because you look at the picture, it's like, oh no, that's not his. No, that could still be his child. So just because looks does not mean it changed that much. It does not mean that. All right, so I'm in the female's favor. That
first of all, my brother needs a new barber. That's the first thing. Second thing, I've seen this happen though in terms of light-skinned mother, dark-skinned father, and it is his baby. I mean, I've seen that. I've seen the reverse. So genetics is a weird thing. You know what I'm saying? It's random luck of the draw.
It's whoever the predominant gene is.
Man, those are some strong light-skinned genetics if that's the case. All right, let's keep it moving. Also, too, I want to call out hardworking man, truck driver, doing his damn thing, providing for the family. Look at the way he's holding and caressing that baby. Crazy. I really hope it's his. Let's keep going.
He gets immediately back to him and says, that's not your baby because that baby's too light.
Yeah, don't sign this.
You'll see, she's light. Yeah. She's black, but she's light. And she's she's a biracial child. Not interracial, no, it's a biracial child. She's a biracial person. And the gene could be dominant like MTR just said. I've seen it too. I've definitely seen this. shout out to my boy Ashley Maurice Kian. The mother is dark, or should I said to Aisha and Shoy and Joy, like the mother is dark, the father is light skinned, and someone like Joy came out dark. Aisha and the other Aisha and then her younger sister and the older brother came out light skinned. So it can't happen like that. It can't happen. The DNA was in the same with Ashford. She had 3 kids, and all 3 of them came out like the father, not like the mother. The mother was dark skinned. So it can happen.
Don't sign that. It was just a completely don't do anything. That is not your baby. The baby is too white. But what Trey failed to realize is my mom is white. I am white. You see, he has blue eyes, gray eyes. That came from my mom.
That's a white man's baby, Maury.
Really?
That is not a white man's baby.
Trey, you know how many times I've heard that on my show?
100%. That is not a black man's baby.
Well, I'm 100% sure that is Chris's baby, and I'm here today to
truth.
prove that. To you, his family, Chris, and everybody else.
Yeah, but Kimberly, here's the thing, all right? Until now, Chris has never had a child. And he says that the doctors told him because of a certain situation that he can't have children.
Right.
Okay, he claims he had surgery and he had a cyst. I think he's lying. I have never heard of that. And at the end of the day, you don't know what God has stores for you. I believe he's lying.
Yeah, why would I lie?
Why would he lie? Yeah, why would he lie? He's there taking care of the child in the first place. Well,
scoundrel. I don't know. I could be wrong at the end of this, but why would he lie about? He's sitting there holding a baby. It looks like he wants the baby. He
wants
not
to be the father.
Foregoing his duties. Why would he lie? This is some bullshit. I feel. I don't know yet. I just smell a liar. All right, I could be wrong.
Why would he lie? No reason for that.
This is my first time hearing about this.
Okay.
I mean, I've been telling you this the whole time, though. Come on, man.
I have a misconception here because I believed that Chris's doubts came from his nephew.
From Trey.
When he saw the picture of the baby.
It came from the whole family. It didn't just
and
come
the
from
family.
But
wait a minute.
It came from the whole
But
family.
wait a minute. Hold on. Chris has other reasons for the doubt.
You need to start
right,
telling
Chris?
the truth. Yes.
It's just
because
not,
of the way we met.
Just not,
because of the way we met.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
so sketchy.
Exactly.
It's so sketchy.
But the way
it's
we
so
met.
sketchy. Maury, they met on the lot.
Oh, Trey, you be
Why?
quiet.
Trey,
Why
why
Trey, you be quiet.
Trey.
Okay, it doesn't matter how.
Trey,
It doesn't matter.
I'm going to get to you, Trey. All right?
It doesn't matter how we met.
Okay. Kimberly, let me get this straight. You 100% sure that Chris is the father?
Absolutely, Murray.
I can't even
100%
have.
sure.
I can't have 100% divided by 2. Divided by 2.
You
You know
wait
what
a
I'm saying?
second, Trey. Yeah, Chris?
to be honest with you, more.
Okay, well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Wait a second.
Be quiet.
Go ahead, Chris.
Jeez.
I had a situation that occurred when I was earlier in youth, and I had an operation. I removed the B9 cyst, and from that point on, I never conceived with another lady. So
okay, but I thought you had twins. I thought you was pregnant with twins.
That was
Girl
before then.
Abortion.
That was before then, though. That was before then, though.
I got all this set up. Now, Trey.
So what that means to me is he's been. Damn, I'm gonna get demonetized.
You know what? Yeah, I just forgot too. Really, dude? A grown ass man like you.
What?
So since you found out that you can't have kids, what do? You have unprotected sex with every type of woman? Oh my goodness. This is stupid. You're stupid. And again, what about STDs, you moron? Holy smokes, people are so stupid and so free with their bodies.
But he's been shooting up clubs in the past, and no baby has come out of it. And then all of a sudden, it seems as though there's a baby that came out of this particular situation. And the doctors told him it's not possible. Shout out to Trey, by the way. Trey over here is just so poor. I think it's his nephew. He's just so poor, and he's trying to keep his mind right. He's trying to keep his mind right. I mean, her past is shifty.
Shifty ain't the word, MTR. This is some sick stuff.
Let's just keep going.
This is very
How you doing,
interesting.
Maury?
You're the nephew, and you're giving the uncle all of this knowledge.
He has been through, a lot, and I've been right there beside him, the whole time.
Here's the thing. You believe he is a very good man.
Right.
And he has been very good to Kimberly.
She know that too, more.
Chris, she admits you've been good to her. After she told you what she was all about and all of her past, right? You took it in.
Indeed.
You took it in, you accepted it, and you moved on with her, okay?
And she still became a leech.
Whoa. Why? Why is she a leech?
We have never even met her. He never talked about her. Nothing like that. He just posted a picture and said, hey, this might be my possible. This might
Trey,
be
you
my
have
possible
never met me. You have never met me, Trey. Why are you trying to destroy
Maury,
my family? You know nothing about me. Why are you judging me? You don't know me.
You are more than four.
Let the man talk. Oh my goodness. How you women put up with like the view with all these cackling hens talking? I don't know how you women put up with that. Maybe women have a way to filter to get to hear one voice, whatever, but I just can't. Jesus, it's a headache.
I got it.
Come on, man.
I got
Please
it.
talk.
So, Trey, is it because of what Chris told you and the family about her that made you think this way?
Yeah, Chris
Yes,
told
sir,
them
because
everything
first
about
off-
me.
First
and
off,
that's why
let me talk, please. Let me talk, please.
That is a white man's baby, Maury. Come on, man.
First off, that is a white man's baby because the hair is blonde, the eye color, the eye color, can be possible to her eye color or something like that. But the thing is, from day one, I knew it was sketch because first off, like I said, he posted a picture of her in the group message saying this is my possible baby mama. When I called him about it, he told me that he met her at a truck stop.
What the fuck?
Really? I hope she was a trucker. I hope she's a trucker. Because if that ain't what I think it is, dude, what is wrong with you? Yes, trucking is an all-night long job, whatever. Dude, just go in your truck and jerk off and not go put in a no daggone woman that you just met. Please tell me that's not what the situation is.
Why were you at a truck stop? First off, why are you out on the lot? You are a lot lizard if you out there sitting down.
Hey,
Chris, in the truck.
Trey, she was filling up her car.
No, she didn't have no car, Mark. She jumped in.
Oh, Lord. She didn't have a car. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
That big 18-wheeler. She jumped in that big 18-wheeler.
I was at a gas station. What does a truck stop?
Can y'all let me talk?
Because it's a truck stop. It's a gas station. You get gas.
Who dropped you off? Who dropped you off?
Right. I met her inside the truck stop.
I drove
You drove
myself.
yourself?
With you.
Chris.
Okay. To be honest with you, I met her inside the truck stop.
A lot lizard, I know, right?
It's about temper.
And I recall.
Oh, she's deflecting.
Oh, of course she is. So I'm hoping she was a truck driver, but something tell me this story is not going the way it's supposed to go.
This is about Kemper. You met her. Yo, what is up with?
Yo, man, seriously, what the hell's wrong with y'all? For if she, why? No.
Certain men that just don't. Why are you messing with?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, did you buy it? Was she selling you the insides at the truck stop and then you went raw daddy?
You went raw.
Holy moly, you are ridiculous.
Exactly.
You're a ridiculous guy. She's ridiculous. Well, I don't know yet. I could be
two
wrong.
y'all ridiculous.
But you're ridiculous as well. Why would you go raw daddy? God, you are oh God, that's nasty.
Dude, you do have other children, correct?
I have 6 children. Yes, I do.
What the fuck?
After your first child, you couldn't tell who the father is, whatever. You have 6 kids? The hell? What? And where? Hey, Rubio, and you say we need to give this unborn child support? Get the hell out of here with your nonsense.
Shit.
If I recall, you were not taking care of none of them. Because first off, you was around cross country running with my uncle.
You have no right to speak on any of my other kids. I have changed my life.
And now you have another baby. Now you have another baby.
Chris, shut up.
Hey,
because you know nothing about me. You know nothing.
It's so crazy as I see situations like this, and you know she's been in jail. Now she's doing some lot lizard activities. And in the beginning of it, it said, you know, she turned her life around. She has a job now.
Yeah.
You know what I think about sometimes when I look at situations like this? 6 kids. There's probably no way she's able to afford all of them. This is where the tax dollars go. This is this is when YouTube takes half of the earnings. It can go to situations like this, which is why, like, I'm just like,
and it goes back to that stupid white woman saying at the beginning, but oh, men, well, don't take accountability. Really, sweetheart? Really? How about take accountability that you slept with somebody else and got a child by somebody else? How about we do that? And that's what it is. The government bails them out. Like I said, I've said this once before, and I said a lot. One thing about America that's bad, we save a lot of stupid people. We really do. We save too many stupid people. And that's what's going on. We keep them from their own actions, from their own problems that they created. And they keep on doing over and over again.
Yo, you know, as long as we continue to support people within their bad decisions, we will not help them. We don't help them at all by continuing. It's like a bad child that continues to be bad, but you know, instead of cutting off whatever resources you provide to them and shipping them off to some type of camp where they get better or something like that, you just continue to provide the resources so they can keep on messing up. This is ridiculous. And on your 6th, is this your 6th or your 7th?
It's gonna be the 7th.
Oh my God!
It's gonna be the 7th.
Like seriously, hey,
hold on.
What we're trying to do right now,
Chris,
what we're
tell everybody.
Can I please have a second
continue
to
to
talk
fund
Chris?
her.
Go ahead. All right, Trace, be quiet.
I just want you to know.
Yes, sir.
I just want you to know you have hurt me down deep. So I loved you with everything in me. You was the best.
Oh no! That is such BS. I could feel that this is BS. What the hell?
Best man the best thing that ever happened to me when I met you. Now I don't know why you are letting your nephew brainwash you, but your nephew has nothing to do with this, and he would not know nothing.
Let it go.
Devastated that you had betrayed me and told all of my business to your family, and this is why he's judging me, because you have told him my business. And
oh yes, I have to judge you too, because if you had told me something like that, I would never have dated you. So yes, I'm judging you. Now don't come with a book of God. Don't want to hear that crap. I'm a judge because I don't want to do stupid stuff. I'm gonna assess. I'm gonna look around and see if it's a worthy venture to go with you. And if it's not, a snagglepuss used to sit back in the old days, no cartoons. Exit stage left.
And that is not cool.
If you don't mind, may I speak and say, you know, one or two?
She's 100% committed to this, right?
Oh yeah,
she's 100% committed.
2 things to Kimberly, right quick.
Yes.
To be honest with you, Kim, I was with you before this baby even appeared. But it's at the same time, because of the things that we went through, I kind of felt like I was getting taken advantage of.
You want to be the father, you told me, correct?
Yes, sir.
This would be your only child, right?
It would be.
Yeah. Okay. This is what it is. He wants to be the father. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of weird that she was saying, why would he lie if it doesn't make no sense to me? Logically, okay? Logically. But let's find out.
In the case of 2-month-old Kemper, Chris, you are not the father.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I knew it. That's the white man's baby. Don't say sorry. We knew it.
All right, Trey, be quiet. Go ahead. Tell Chris. Go ahead, Kimberly.
Talk.
Talk to him. I want to hear. I want to hear this. I want to hear this S. I want to hear this S. Let's listen to this.
I am so sorry. Okay.
Oh my God.
You'll be all right.
Is that it?
I say
Thank you for everything you've done.
You saved me 18 years.
Nani? Oh,
You saved me 18 years.
nasty, nasty lady.
That's
She was
nasty.
100% committed to that lie.
Yep. She was. And then we now want to try to pass a bill that's going to make a person, like I say, he's been there for the, as he said, he's been there for the child. Is he going to get his money back? No, of course not. As he said, he saved me 18 years. You get your money back. That is just so messed up. And again, dude, stop slinging your D around like that, okay? Protect yourself, man. What the hell is wrong with you? You have never got in that situation if you was having to protect sex with a woman that you barely know. The hell? Again, it's so weird. People are like, oh, a child. Forget the child. What about AIDS? What about syphilis? What about HIV? Oh, they could talk all they want. Oh, we got HIV under control. How about I don't want it at all? How about I don't want it at all? This is oh man, y'all crazy. Y'all are nuts in this thing. And you want to pass this dumbass bill to say, oh, somebody could put me on child support even though we don't know who the child belongs to. That is crazy. Marco Rubio and Kramer, y'all are
You piece of loser.
freaking hell. Put people through that nonsense. You guys are nuts. Cuckoo for damn Cocoa Puffs in that situation. Holy smokes, you guys are nuts. Wow. There you go. There you go. Going through all that stuff right there. And this is what you get. Shout out. We got 59,102 in the building. Thank y'all. Before I switch to another part of the Republic, because I was gonna do another video, the one more video, and then I'll just call it for the night. But let me go to the chat for a second here. We need to have this is Janessa Delise from London, UK. We need to have mandatory DNA testing after the birth, please. This is needed. I can't believe how many women do this to men. That's why I said it. Oz Surrey from New York City. She got 6 kids, a 3-year bid in prison, history of drugs and abuse, and still a man that's willing to take care of her. That is the definition of low value men. Amen that he got a nephew that looked after him and got better game than him. That's true. His nephew saved his butt. Cause that don't make no daggone sense, man. Dwayne Maslow from Florida. The tragedy is that Chris is the type of guy who wouldn't mind being a stepdad. A rarity. Unfortunately, Kimberly lacked the decency to cost her both a husband and a father figure to her kids. And that's on her. That is true. That is definitely true. That is definitely true. There should be a petition for this. Telling lies and stealing off innocent men telling in court is fraud. There should be jail time for this. There should be option for men to have DNA tests. Lives have been ruined to the extent that men collapse and die and do mass self-deletion. I'll put it that way. Raphael Noel from Washington D.C. Kolazek Kozinski from Poland. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Just a lot of J and Z stuff in there. Men go to prison not for paying child support. Women don't go to prison for paternity fraud. Fellas, never trust a woman when she says she's pregnant. Always get a paternity test or DNA test. She may get mad. She may even shame you. But plenty of women have no shame in making you think the baby is yours. Shame, insult, guilty, and a paternity or DNA test would always be better than be better and cheaper than 18 years of child support for a kid that's not yours. Taib Alaz Tai Alaz Alaz. Oh my goodness! Again, I'm sorry for pronouncing y'all name wrong. Alazaghetto Alasqueto. She's from Portugal. Sorry, I can't pronounce the name. It's just that's too much stuff without vowels in any just way. Well, if they implant this, men must fight and unite to have mandatory paternity tests. The bill would not make sense unless mandatory paternity test takes place. Knock out any doubts ahead of the birth of the child. That is true, and I agree with you. Thank you for that. Sorry, I said your name wrong. Nora King from New York. If Americans were to test all the children in this country with their alleged father on the birth certificate, it would literally fall apart. That is true. The numbers are already on high. Again, the numbers are already on high for the women for the people who do take the test. What about those who don't take the test? Is it going to be even higher? Tommy Gunn from New York. Men get so busy playing the hero on a white knight that they don't see they're being tricked by the person they are trying to save. That is true. Anthony Harrison from Seattle, Washington. I will never in my life sign a birth certificate or anything else regarding a child I did not get a DNA test for. I don't care how much people think or look at me at. And the sad thing about it, this is kind of stuff that's breaking families apart more and more. One and two, more and dividing men and women more and more as well. Look, men, protect yourself. Wrap it up, ladies. Use birth control and protect yourself as well too. Okay, and don't play around with people's lives like that. Jeez. And again, Rubio and Kramer, if you put in the clause that the father gets his money back if he's not his father and you have a DNA test at the end of this thing, then okay, you want to do unborn support, okay, you do that. But if you ain't put those clauses in that daggone thing, the hell no, I'm not. What you're doing is stupid. Okay. Geraldismo, Washington. Geraldismo, Washington, Houston, Texas. In his name, let the church say amen. Amen. It's high time that women be held liable for blatant fraud. But until women start serving serious jail time for it, this will never end. That is true. That is true. Jesse Marquette from New Jersey, from Somerville, New Jersey. As soon as they say Murray, I'm 100% sure it's a wrap. They ain't the father. Oh my goodness. Ty Moxley. Trey is no joke, man. I want to be his friend and get his approval for everything that seems sketchy. Women know who the father is. Not all the time. Not all the time. Because again, they could have sex with multiple men they don't know. Again, Maury is go to Breakfast Club and check out Maury. I think I don't know how much time he's been at Breakfast Club, but when he was on there with his wife, Maury talked about a story of a woman that had twins. Had twins. They were twins. But their DNA did not DNA match up to each other. They had two different fathers. So that woman had to have sex within 24 hours by two different men. Oh no. So it's crazy out there, okay? No. Women won't know that if they're that nasty. If they're not nasty, no. Alana Allen. Any woman who goes through the mooring experience once and has to go through it a second, do it again, should absolutely learn nothing and should be gone. Stay away from women like this. Can't you tell how many of my closest friends grew up where brothers who had hyphenated last names because the mother had multiple men in the time of conception? Well, I have a hyphenated last name, and that's not the case. But I felt the hurt in their souls every time the kids brought up and the mother were famous for. They felt liable for acting this way. We need to bring shame back to the society. They teach you about lizard lots when you learn to drive a truck. Got you. All right. Thank you guys again, and it's good. Let's go into the other one. Let's go to one more video. Let's go into a video. I want to finish. This is to the Republicans. We're doing something stupid. So here we go. The inflation bill. And oh yeah, let me. I did a great job, kids. Pat myself on the back as best as I can. 2 pats on the back. A month ago, what did I say? I said we're in recession, and I did a video with Haspin Singh talking about what you need to do for your money and all that stuff. What did I say? Now they're coming out saying, yeah, we're in a recession. Oh, really? Now we're in a recession. Of course. Every metric that the Biden administration has done has been bad. And now they got this asinine, stupid bill that's coming out, and then the Republicans are co-signing this dumbass crap. And this is why I say, what the hell, Republicans? Seriously, that's why I'm a libertarian, not a Republican. Freaking hell. That's stupid.
Drug use, the Affordable Care Act made healthcare utterly unaffordable. Hey, gang, wild question, I know. What do you figure the Inflation Reduction Act won't reduce? Well, old faux moderate mansion and Amy Schumer's hair plug P-Pop himself at last ceased their stalemate around the passage of the so-called Inflation Reduction Act. Quite a word passed.
Motherfucker. That don't even make no goddamn sense.
Exactly.
Anyone reading anything into the fact that we employ the same verbiage for the enaction of shitty laws as for kidney stones, turds, and fucking death? Why do I say it's the so-called Inflation Reduction Act? Well, when fully 495 pages of a 725-page draft are devoted to the self-same global warming initiatives presently pushed by the World Economic Forum, courtesy of a bald Bavarian dressed like Prince Shizor from fucking Star Wars, I think it's safe to say this shit has more pork than the vegan sausage at Dollar General. Before I start burning moles off this hairy asshole, there's really only 2 numbers you need to commit to memory to understand precisely how sky-smashingly shit this law actually is. 30 billion and 369 billion. 30 billion is the figure the government will theoretically save in inflation if all the promised planets align after this law is shoved up the public's pooper. Because, you know, apparently stopping the fucking printing press at the Federal Reserve is just too Olympian a feat to fucking ask for right now. 369 billion, meanwhile, is what this law prescribes in new global warming spending alone. 369 and 30, or the age differential.
What the fuck is that?
Between Joe Biden and the last 5 girls he fucking sniffed. Now, I may not be much on math, At least not once I got into high school and they started adding the alphabet to it. But even I know 369 is considerably more than 30. Unfortunately, 4/3 of all Americans don't understand fucking fractions.
Yep.
And so passing a pork sandwich and calling it the Happy, Fluffy, Pettin' Kittens Act of 2022 works with an awful lot of these leering retards. Just how much statist nonsense did they pack into this bullshit burrito? Well, $64 billion goes to funding and extending Obamacare for 3 more utopian fucking years. What the fuck? Remember Obamacare, folks? The evergreen wonder law that ensures you pay 3 times as much for health care as you did in 2007 for about half as much fucking coverage. The law would also empower Medicare providers, which Obamacare ensured were, in function and practice, an extension of the goddamn government, might I add, to negotiate the price of prescription drugs. Now, to cut through the haze, you remember when Kamala Kankles at a campaign rally in 2020 offered up this little ditty?
We are going to set drug prices based on fair market. So for any drug where they fail to play by our rules, and if that drug came about because of federal funding for what's called R&D, research and development, I will snatch their patent, so that we will take over. And yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that.
Are her parents brother and sister? Can you please leave now? Oh, now I get it. She's a moron.
Yes, we can do that. It's the question is, do you have the will to do it? I have the will to do it.
Yeah, well, evidently in the intro.
And y'all want she to become the president?
She'll simply be settling for government price controls by proxy, an economic policy that puts us in the fine fucking company of fascist Italy and Nazi Germany, in case you were curious. The price tag attached to that particular policy? Oh, only $288 billion, bitch. But I think my favorite chapter of this particular tome is when the law allocates over $300 billion to, and I quote, defray deficit spending. Only the cunts in Congress could spend twice the money they'll save on fucking saving it. These are the kind of people who would play high-stakes solitaire, folks. I mean, your first clue this bill's a game of no-card Monty is the fact that it attempts to employ government action to address inflation, which was caused by government fucking action. Sure, why not pump the fire hydrants full of kerosene? This is essentially Keynesian economics on crack, which is sort of ironic as Paul Krugman, perhaps the most visible Keynesian cockholster in national politics today, was forced to publicly admit he was A1 fucking wrong about inflation being transitory.
Oh, really?
Just this past week, at more or less the exact same time that a law was being authored in Congress employing the self-same shitty logic he just conceded was mistaken. As its core economic basis, might I add. Bottom line, people, the only action government can take to genuinely reduce inflation involves a congressional potluck, rat poison, and a punch bowl, bitch. Yes. And here again, heading into the midterms with primaries in many states over the next 2 weeks, you may want to go ahead and file this skull-splitting fuckwittery away as you head on into the ballot box, because not merely the establishment left, but rolling fields of rhinos came across the aisle to fuck you flush in the wallet. And they're doing so mere months before you decide whether they get to keep their jobs.
That's exactly what the Republican rhinos are doing.
Or not, which is really what this bill's about to begin with. An embattled Democratic Party and rhino establishment frantically fumbling for a winning issue to take back home to their increasingly hostile voters, even as they stared down a double-barrel butt-fucking in the midterms. The good news? Even most of the motherfuckers pushing it appear to acknowledge it likely ain't gonna work. The LA Times, Rasmussen, and Gallup all ran recent polls that showed even the shadow puppet Punch and Judy show over abortion and gun control couldn't energize those issues to crack the top spot on controversies that actually matter to voters.
Exactly.
As you may have guessed, folks, inflation dwarfs every damn one of them. Just yesterday, a former advisor to Hillary grudgingly admitted these midterms will be about money, not memories, which presents a terminal political diagnosis for much of the mono party, with more America First candidates on the ballot than ever before in an election cycle. I'd love to say this last-second scramble to appear to be doing a damn thing at all, while in fact appeasing lobbyist donors is proof the spirit of FDR and the New Deal remains alive, but truth be told, people, this haunting seems much more likely to belong to the ghost of John McCain, his final floppy arm gift to the state and indeed country he wasn't even born in. Well, okay, maybe his second to last gift after going the fuck away. Because believe me when I say, when John McCain died, everyone passed into a better world. I'm razor.
Oh, that's a low blow right there. And before we end it up, let me just play this. This is the piece I want to listen to you. This is the third in command in our government, and this is what y'all put in charge. Listen to this babbling, idiotic, crypt keeper looking woman. This is how she speak. Trying to pass this stupid bill.
Stuff over to the Senate. Well, most of the product that we've done is, except now what we may have added in the last day or so, and some of what we added is Senate to the bill, like a hearing. Bernie doesn't like hearing. Excuse me, Bernie loves hearing. Manchin doesn't want hearing in the bill and all that stuff. So some is Senate oriented, and then we had the family medical leave. We figured if they're putting things in, then we can put something in, even if Manchin doesn't like it. So, so we are getting some.
What? What the fuck?
Bird and privilege. I think mostly we're getting privilege scrub, because privilege scrub is privilege to a bill. Bird
son of a bitch!
It's important. You have to take it out, but privilege violation can take you out. So we're again getting that as we go along as well. But when we pass a bill, then they will see it in its aggregate and make some.
Any concerns that any of this is, quote, messaging, because that they have to take some of those things out regardless, no matter what you send over? You said you weren't going to send a messaging bill.
No, we're not sending a messaging bill, but we want to be sure that what we send is not birdable or bird bath or privilege scrub. They're the two exercises we're getting engaged. Bathing.
That's what you guys put in office? That's what you guys put in the office? That babbling person who don't know left from right? Well, no, she know left, but she ain't no right. But that's what you put. I'll say that, and you just listen. Basically, I will just put all that together now. All right? Listen to me carefully. We're going to vote. If you're going to vote. You don't. Like I said, I don't tell you who to vote for. If you're going to vote. If you don't want to vote, you have the right to not vote as well too. Okay? But please know what you're voting for. That's all I'm saying. But one thing I'm saying right now, as you heard, all the stupidity of they just did, do not, and I repeat, do not, any tax raise from Republicans to Democrats, mostly Democrats doing it, but Republicans too, because they're signing on to it. And if you go to the ballot box and they said, oh, we need to put more money for defunding the police, we need more of this to help children, we need. Say hell to the no to the H-E-L-L-O. Hello, no. H-E-L-L. Just seriously. They're trying to pass a bill. They're going to pay $369 billion to save $3 billion. $30 billion. What sense does that make? Who runs the math in that crazy ass house? Are you crazy? that's the thing that caused the inflation in the first place. So when they come begging you and asking you, hey, we're gonna vote to raise up taxes, vote no. They are the ones who put us in this bull crap in the first place, and they should suffer the consequences. Vote no on every tax hike, on every tax bill. Vote no. I don't care if you're in a red state, I don't care if you're in a blue state, purple state, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian. Vote no. The government put us in this situation, and we should not bail their butts out at all. I flip it all. Alright? Cause that's some crazy math to spend $369 million to save billion to save $30 billion. Who doing the math on that? Who? I want to thank you guys out there for joining us tonight. Again, hopefully we'll get the situation worked out. If not, you'll see me next Friday, but we'll see. With that, check out all the places where you can hear us at, from YouTube, 10.4 FM, Facebook. You now, Live Now, Nico, of course, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher, Anchor, and many more. Remember, thank you for giving me your time, your ear. Listen to what we gotta say. Again, this unsupported birth child thing is a horrible idea, because there's gonna be more fraud, more lies, and people, and of course, like I said, I might do that video. There's a video I saw, like I said, a long time ago, that I want to play, and she's saying, but we don't need to have DNA tests at thing. No, we need mandatory tests. If this get passed, you need mandatory tests, because that is ridiculous. Okay, that is ridiculous. Just like you say, I don't know what you have. You take a blood test so I know what's going on. If a woman ever told me that, I'm not gonna be like, you don't think I'm clean? You don't think? No, I'm be like, all right, there you go. Here's a test. Boom, there you go. On a serious note, too, guys, like I said, please learn how to use a condom. Don't just put on a condom and it goes on, whatever. The better chance you know how to use it, and create the air and everything like that, the higher chance that it's not gonna break. Condom's not 100% either, but you get a higher chance if you know to use a condom. Please learn how to use a condom, young kids. Google it. Figure out how to put a condom on. And ladies, please protect yourself as well too. Okay? It's so weird that people always talk about this child. Again, STDs is just as worse. Again, I'd rather have a child than have AIDS any day of the week. Okay? So this is craziness in that regard. So with that said, remember, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, height, sex, nationality, political party. Evil is evil. And remember, people are stupid, individuals smart. Please be the smart individual. Okay? Catch y'all next time. Remember to check out Andre's Mike, philosophy, Dr. Feelgood's philosophy, Straight No Chasers, and of course, Project Open Mic. Peace out. Catch you next time.